How's it going, guys? You're back here at Jazz Festival 2015. We're at the historic village, joined by two very talented, very good-looking people.
My name is Dee DeLuca.
Gorgeous name. And your name is, bro?
Dixon Nacey.
These two just did a phenomenal performance before in this here little church thing. First question, how much practice goes into sounding that flawless on stage?
That's an ongoing thing. I think if you talk about the sound and everything, that's been developed, over the years. As far as, and it's still developing. It's something that you just continue. As far as this particular gig, how much we've practiced, we had two short rehearsals last week. Yeah.
That is skills. If you just had two short rehearsals, that's just really good. I'm quite impressed. Now, what about you? I seen you just wrapping it up on that guitar. I was quite jealous and quite impressed at the same time, so I didn't know how I felt. Nah, it was really good. How much practice do you reckon you put into that a day?
Into that particular show, actually quite a bit, because I got to try and hold it down. There's no other instrumental musician, so I kind of got to, create a nice bed for Dee. And then I got to be aware of the material so that I can listen to her and we can get into those cool spaces. So, each time we play is different and we're just responding to each other. So that requires, an immense amount of patient study and practice on the material and off the material as well. Just working on your technique and sounding clean and clear. And then I was messing around with this little pedal. I was like, what the hell's going on? Sometimes. So, it's that exactly as Dee said, it's an ongoing thing to try and get to the point where we can listen to each other. That's the key.
Another question here. Has your music evolved since your first performance?
My first performance ever? Mm-hmm. I may hope so.
That's the goal I was looking for now.
I sure do hope so, yes. Enjoy it a lot more than the time that I can recall where the nerves felt like hands around my, neck trying to just kill me. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, if you talk about my first very performance that I think took me about 1.5 years. I went to this place. They were having jam sessions, and I loved it there. Awesome musicians. It was a great vibe every week until I think it took about 2 years before I had the guts to go up and do a song. Mm-hmm. So that was nerve-wracking. Yeah.
I heard. If you're nervous, you're doing something right. So you must have been doing something so right if you were nervous.
Well, just to be very honest, I don't. Way before, I've experienced nerves that were overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So they weren't. It wasn't like nervous before the gig, and then you're on stage, and then everything falls off, and you're just like, yeah. It's like, to me, it took years before I had them under control, and it's just becoming comfortable, and then once you're comfortable, that's when you obviously you still want to keep growing, so I surround myself with musicians that were better than me. Mm-hmm. At least I thought so, and just to kick myself in the ass. And at a certain point, you need to let go of all that stuff. It's you want to find the freedom. You want to be hard on yourself as well, because you want to grow, but you also want to find a certain freedom that releases a lot of nervousness. And that's exactly what can get you to that space where you can improvise and you listen as well as perform, as deliver, hold back, and then you find music within the silence sometimes, or some intimacy in this whatever. It's just great. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.